Was that fun or what? This is after the show on Oxygen. The show just ended. I love talking to movie stars when they're smart. Everybody has all these questions, so we're going to bring back the cast of Will and Grace. After the show. Okay. Did y'all see Charlize? She was great, wasn't she?
She was great.
Really
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Pretty girl.
Pretty girl.
He is freaking out backstage.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is a pretty girl.
Yeah.
But I'm really upset because I read for that part.
You were wrong.
Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
Yeah.
It's
incredible.
You guys seen it too?
Yeah,
it's
incredible.
Really, it's incredible, isn't it? Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, she has the heat. Okay, here we are with the cast of Will and Grace, minus Deborah, who, you know, doctors, pregnant, the whole thing, back thing. So we're going to take questions from people in the audience for after the show. That's fun. Sharon Marks from Chicago. Your question.
Come on down!
Your question for.
I'm sorry?
Your question for Sean.
Oh.
Your question for Sean. What was your first paid theater acting job?
Oh, gosh. I played Tommy G-List in The Music Man. Yeah, for $25 a show, or like $15 a show. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm making $25 a show now.
Okay, and your question, you had a question for Megan. Do you remember what that was?
Oh, yeah.
You don't remember what that was either?
No, I remember that
Okay,
one, I
good.
believe. I think it was, if you could sleep with anybody in the show, who would it be and why?
On the show or outside of the show? Because I've slept with them all outside of the show. Yeah. On the show, well, you know, Deborah and I have kissed so many times on the show that it's getting to be hilarious. We just shot a thing that's so funny. We shot it yesterday. Oh my God, was that just yesterday?
It was.
Yeah. Where we're at a cabin together in the woods, and we're laying in bed together, and we just routinely give each other a little good night, you know, good night peck, like good night, just like a married couple. And laying in the bed with her, and she's pregnant, I was like, I want to be your husband, the father of your child. It was so nice. It was really neat.
Neat. Okay. Bobby, was this Bobby Stoffacher?
Wow.
Wow. Bobby.
Your question to Eric was what?
I wanted to know if you, before the show was a hit and you knew if it was a hit, if you had any qualms about being typecast as a gay male.
No, really not. I'd played gay characters, or actually I'd been in drag a couple of shows. I'd done it a lot before, so I think the only thing about this was that this was forever, possibly. You know, this was not going to be a one-off. So my only qualms were that I love this character enough that if it's on my tombstone, that I'm okay with that. And I was, you know. I mean, I will be Will Truman when I die. So, but no, it was never a problem.
And in real life, he dresses as a woman quite a lot. And he's very okay.
But I don't
And how does your wife feel about that? I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
She's always stepping on my train, though.
We're talking about trains earlier in the show. Okay, Aaron Minninger, is that your name? Aaron, your question was for. Okay.
I'm sorry?
Your question. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to ask Charles.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't remember.
Okay, Sean, who's been your favorite guest to work with on the show? Favorite guest?
Probably Matt Damon. He's a good pal, and he was so willing. I don't know if you saw it, but yeah, he's really willing to go for it, and you know, and a lot of times the people who come on are a little apprehensive, but if you, it's like Saturday Night Live. When you watch Saturday Night Live, when the host really goes for it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it was with him.
Okay, and what did you have a favorite scene from the show? Because everybody had written down their favorite scenes.
No,
Okay.
there's so many good ones.
There was Jessica Gunn who had a favorite scene. Jessica, is that your name? Jessica? Favorite scene? Okay, Jessica, what was your favorite scene?
The scene where Sean did the dance with NSYNC.
Oh, hilarious.
With his son. That was awesome.
The instinct.
Yeah, I took yeah.
At the prom, at his junior
Yeah,
prom?
for my son. Yes.
Okay, and
Yeah, right.
that brings us to Emily Shagley's question. Emily, you remember your question?
Thank you for that, by the way.
Emily, what was your question?
Sean, could you please do the Kevin Bacon Footloose dance for us?
That was Eric.
Credit where credit is due.
Now you gotta cut loose.
No music, too. Thank you for that. Okay, so Sean, here's a little surprise for you. Some of your high school teachers are in the audience.
You gotta be kidding me.
No.
You gotta be.
No.
Oh my
Where
God.
are they? Sean's high school teachers.
Oh my God. You have a different last name right now. What is your new last name?
Now it's Mattoon.
Oh my God. And I saw you on the elevator in college. Do you remember that?
Sean grew up in a suburban Chicago. So introduce yourselves. What class? What year?
88. I was 88.
Class of 88.
This is my theater/speech person.
Yeah.
Teacher. Mr. Hengish was my orchestra band director. And Mrs. Brower, what's your new last name?
Mattoon.
Mattoon is my Spanish, but you taught French.
Spanish. Yes.
Right.
That's great. So you were theater? You were theater? Were you theater and speech?
Yeah, I had Sean in radio and television production, and he sat in the back of the room.
Right.
And there was always a hub of activity back there.
Right.
And Sean was the type of student where you wanted to get angry with him, but then
But
you
I
couldn't.
flashed these.
Yeah, you flashed the smile, and we would say, okay, it's
Right.
Sean.
Right.
And we understood. And he had a nice relationship with the dean.
Really?
Tell us about that.
But Mike Colleget, who you're speaking to, is also a wonderful actor and been in many
In
productions.
fact, I understudied for you once at Pheasant Run when you were a glad hand in West Side Story.
Oh, right.
Well, actually, you were the understudy.
I was the understudy. You were the
And I
understudy.
was your understudy.
Right.
So what's that like? I don't know. What's that like when you're a teacher and you have a student that goes on and becomes this successful and is on TV every week? And so every time you get a new class, do you say, I taught him?
I do.
Oh, yeah.
You do.
And I tell them all the students who say, I'm never going to use Spanish in my real world, when I go to work, and I say, look at Sean Hayes. He uses it all the time. So.
And you know what? The first time I ever heard, Mr. Hengish, the first time I ever heard the phrase smooth move X-Lax was from you. When I was pulling the piano out for rehearsal and I dropped the whole piano because it was an upright and the tone flipped over.
Really? Knocked it over.
And he goes,
Sean
smooth
started the
move.
day every day at the piano. When the orchestra would come in, he would be entertaining. We'd have to stop him. He has an unbelievable rendition of The Rose. I don't know if he remembers that at all.
Oh, right. Because it's just two notes.
Yeah.
Right.
But we started every day. We had fun every day.
That's great.
Fun every day.
Get fun
It's so
every day.
good to see you again.
That's
Good to
good.
see you.